but like the whole thing is you have to pay attention to, copyrights. Whole booklet full of stuff. And on Twitch, if you do end up using copyrighted stuff, they'll just mute like just whatever stretch of they'll just be like nope, just this whole 5 minute chunk no one can ever hear again because you used 30 seconds of, or you use more than 30 seconds of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Your voice sounds very different in a recording.
Yeah, I know. It's like really high pitched and up there.
Yeah, it sounds like it sounds like how my voice sounds to me normally. And then my voice sounds like Greg from Fim Flam Philosophy, which means his voice probably sounds really similar to mine in real life.
My voice sounds like a fairy on crack.
Your voice sounds the same.
On a recording? No, it doesn't.
Well, it is because our voices go up our jawbone into our ears, so we hear our own voice differently. But then
according to this, we actually have somebody watching this.
Already?
And listening to...
Potentially.
Us chit-chat?
Hello!
Do you have a chat going?
There is a chat going, but they're not talking.
That's fine.
I'm not sure they're real people. If you're a real person, put something in the chat. And I will... And I will start...
Remember you?
Emanation.
Have fun.
Bye, Ted. Okay, is that working? Should just be that. Appears to be. Okay. So today I want to do a quick little scene that I've been working on for, well, I haven't worked on the scene, but from an animation I've been working on for a long time. Are you watching my stream on your phone?
No.
Well, if you are, you should just pay attention to the chat.
I was just... Oh, I'm going to be your Claire now?
I mean, probably not. Hey, look, it is a real person. Hello, Dr. Rosenberg. What am I opening? Okay, so actually I want to make... So first I need to make a background. I hate making backgrounds.
What are you doing even?
So this is going to be a little scene where it's... I kind of just want to show how non-pulsed this character is by like this Fallout wasteland.
They're just too cool for school.
Not exactly too cool for school, but just like...
So dead inside that nothing else matters?
Kind of. Like, they are gonna be just sort of disinterested in the hazards of the wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
But like not so disinterested that they just commit suicide by walking into them. So, oops, I made it. So basically what the scene needs is one area where the hazard is going to be, and the hazard is going to be that like scary Paris Bright looking thing that I was making.
I hate that! That is nightmare fuel!
It's really cool though, I like it.
I'm glad.
And it's also going to need an area where she's going to be hiding. Oh, we got another one. Love Angeli 1.
That's me.
That's you.
Haha, loser.
Oh. Well, that's deceptive, Amy.
You just signed into his chat.
He told me to be his Claire. I am being his Claire. But I'm also doing my actual job, so...
Are you gonna mod for him?
I mean, Dr. Rosenberg seems cool, so I don't think he really needs to...
Yeah, so long as Dr. Rosenberg isn't like a horrible like racist or anything, which most people aren't, so
I'm sure he's a very pleasant... Or she. We don't know. Don't know anything about Dr. Rosenberg. I believe they are a very nice individual.
Anyway, I'm going to start ignoring the chat for a little bit and then just get this background made up. All right, so let's think about this. There's going to be, this is essentially going to be little like carnivorous pear sprites. Do I want them to be eating something? Probably. That means I'm going to have to draw like a skeleton. I hate drawing skeletons because they're really complicated and I don't have one. Actually, let me look through the... No, make the background first. Make the background first. So, let's see. We can have... Where is this going to be? Probably, maybe like a sort of fetid drainage ditch. I already made one of those, though. Yeah, just like a ditch by the side of the road.
Ronaldo over here, can you hear me?
Talk again.
Ah, this is my talking voice.
Yes, we can hear you.
Haha!
I think I'm picking up background noise, but I'm not sure why. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, just keep going. Okay, so actually draw a thing. So, road. It's gonna be here-ish. I don't really want quite that angle. Let's make it like this. Do. Nope. That's about right. Not quite, but let me just open one of my previous ones just to get some colors for the background. How about that one? So yeah, that's probably kind of what I want. It's going to be kind of like this, except there should be a road up here. This will be like a ditch. So I might actually be able to just reuse this background. What's in the background? That's just that stuff. Okay, so I don't want that. Midground. So let's just copy this. Come in here. Send that away. And there we go. Okay, so we got something. That's a start. Let's sort of change the angle a little bit. So right now that kind of looks like that's the road there. So let's make this a little bit closer to that color. Maybe a little bit lighter. There we go. And then just sort of noisy up. Out of curiosity, what's this? Oh, that's not connected there. Okay, that's fine. I just select these. I just want this to be a little bit noisier, just so it's like the place where a ditch is sort of starting to grade upwards. That's about right. Do. pull this down a little bit so that we have room for the road. And actually, maybe make it a little bit bigger. And the road is going to be like sort of like that. I just really just need to make the sharp corners. There we go.
Maybe you can see what I'm doing.
Have fun at the grocery store, Teddy.
Wish me luck.
Good luck. Don't spin out or anything. Bring me home warm leggings.
I'm going to Kroger.
You never know what I have at Kroger.
Okay.
I need to go out and get warm leggings, particularly for Fargo. And I just don't
That's
really
not
want to
open.
leave. But I know I'm gonna have to. Good leggings.
That's the color I want.
Stick up my leggy real far.
I stick out my legs real far. Alright, be safe, please. Don't. Just be safe.
And then actually we need more on this side. So it'll be like kind of like a raised highway. Crap. Can do that. Actually I shouldn't. Yeah, I didn't even need to. I don't like how dark that is. Make it a little bit closer to the other one. A little bit grayer. That'll do. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing over here. Just add some points. Grab them. And make them a little bit noisier. There we go. Alright. And just to make this look a little bit better, I'm going to flatten it out. Grab the whole thing, not those. There we go. This is mildly irritating. We just fix that really quick. Oh, balls. Okay. Do I still have? Nope. Copy that again. Paste it there. There we go. Okay. Alright, so that looks kind of roady. I'd be able to pan down and see the ditch here. It doesn't look like a ditch on this angle, just to make myself happier. So let's make that a little bit more like this. Oops. There we go. Okay. Having my microphone on this side is picking up a lot of my mouse clicks and stuff.
It is. I hear quite a bit of clicking.
How's this?
I don't know. I just got to the point where you said balls.
Yeah, there is some latency on it, but this is okay. That sounds a little bit better. At least now it doesn't sound like I'm not getting that like low-pitched banging. The clicking is fine. Okay, so then just to sort of sell that this is like a ditch, we'll put in some stuff like this. Oops. Should go and look through the rocks, like the prop rocks that I have in the library. Some of those might actually be good.
Is that the thing where you got the crow?
Yeah, like there's a whole library of stuff that comes with the software, so I might be able to like find stuff in there to embed in this ditch to sell it a little bit better. That's something. I haven't really used a whole lot of stuff like that in my previous ones though, so I'll probably just leave it like this. I just need to change all these colors. I should have done that first. Damn it. Unselect, unselect, there we go. Okay, so actually I should just grab that, make it a little bit darker. There we go. And I can change a couple of these. Just to give it a little bit of variation. There we go. So yeah, and then I'm gonna actually need some area up on here to make that look a little better. Let's move this road back a little bit. Well, actually, a better idea. Move just that back.
So are you working on a new one, or are you working on the extension of like the bar one that you've been?
I'm working on that Fallout one that I've been like going on and off for forever.
That cool zebra person?
Yeah. I am intending to actually finish that this month.
Yeah.
Or at least not the whole thing, but like the first scene. I kind of wanted to do a Christmas animation, but nothing really inspired me, so.
I mean, our lives aren't particularly interesting at the moment. I mean, maybe once we get to Fargo, you will be inspired, though.
Maybe.
You haven't been to a Fargo Christmas in many a year.
Oops, damn it. That is true. For the past few years living in Michigan, I've kind of been uninspired about Christmas.
My humbug got to you.
Your humbug got to me. You infected me with your humbug.
I mean, you haven't even decorated your wreath yet.
Yeah, I know. Alright, and then there should be a new... Put that down. Just call this the mid-ground for now. So this should just be sort of like a wasteland stretching off into the distance. lighter. Well, it should just be, yeah, that's close enough. And then just put some hills back here. Yeah, just sort of like a rock or something right here. Color's fine. And just some mountains in the background. Oops. Far away, dark gray. Sorry about that, just had to move some stuff around. Make this a little bit further away. Okay. And then maybe I should put like a road back there or something. I haven't been doing a lot of like vegetation or anything like that, just because that's really irritating. Yeah, we can have this like disappearing behind the mountain back here. Actually, we want to just connect it here. Oh, maybe not. Get that color a bit lighter, more gray. There we go. Nice and flat up there. And then make sure it goes behind. Not that far behind. There we go. All right, that looks kind of like a road. Get some perspective there. That looks pretty good. All right, now I can save this. Out of curiosity, is it showing my... It's not. Perfect. I always am paranoid that OBS is showing more than it says it is. All right, so this would be S13. Okay, so now I'm ready to start putting some characters into this. So, what are the Parasprites doing? And then how is Wander going to avoid them? Yeah, so they should be buzzing around a corpse or something down in this ditch. Something sufficiently disgusting. Well, I know, like, they have Brahmin corpses and stuff. How hard would that be to draw? Let me look up some. Alright, some reference images. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that'd be pretty gross. Problem is I'd have to draw a lot of skeleton, and I'm not good at that. I don't have any shortcuts, right? There's nothing in the... I'm just looking through the Anime Studio library here to see if there's anything similar. Anything with bones in it. I don't think there is. Let me just like search. Pavilion skeleton? The hell is that? Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a viable shortcut this time. Oops. Messing with my OBS. Accidentally clicked on that when I thought it was Moho, because it looks the same. There we go. Yeah, a masterpiece. That's what it's going to be. Absolutely. It's hard to make things like really high quality when you're the only person working on it. But Anime Studio, or Moho as they're calling it now, does have a lot of things that make production go pretty quick. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to make a prop here. But that's the thing, like if I actually put in the time to make all of these, make all of the sort of props and stuff in the style that I'm using, that would make things go really fast and I could actually make things a little higher quality, but I haven't done that, so. Hello.
Ew.
Yeah, I know. This is what the Parasprites are going to be chewing on. Or they should be doing something, right?
Poor Brahmin.
What did that Brahmin ever do to you?
I mean, it didn't do anything to me. It just exists. It exists to feed the unjust wasteland.
Damn unjust wasteland.
But it's gonna be tough to draw, which is irritating. Maybe I could just draw like a bunch of just random bones down there. Yeah, that might work. Okay, so we're gonna call this bone field. So let's start with like a quick rib cage, so about that long. Make it a nice dull white. Yeah, yellowish is fine. Actually, I see a little whiter. Yeah, that's fine. So now you get to see how great I am at drawing bones. I did a decent dragon skeleton sort of thing, but I avoided doing most of it by burying most of it underground. So
Cheater.
I mean, I'm bad at drawing bones. I could practice, but
I mean, at least you know your own limitations.
exactly, I know my own limitations. I work within my limitations. And this one should be smaller. Putting my zoology degree to good use. Drawing bones. There we go. Oops. Alright, that should be about right. And then I'm just gonna have to make these slightly different colors. So like this one that's in front, should make just a little bit duller, just so that you can see the other ones. That one.
Those bones don't look too bad.
Yeah, it doesn't look awful. Like, I'm not super terrible, but they're not great. Oh. Also, I have to make sure they're in the right order. There we go. Yeah, from a distance, that'll look fine. It'll look sufficiently bony.
Logic is such a pain in the butt. It's like not wanting to cooperate.
Okay, so we could have one like sticking out of the ground. Oops. Maybe like there, 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 there. There we go. And then just, oops. And then just make a little bit of dirt. Oops. Almost looks like a mustache. Don't like that color. There we go. Yeah, looks like fresher dirt. There we go. Okay, so then probably need like a skull or something. Skulls are a pain in the ass.
Angry.
I'm allowed to swear on my stream.
I'm just teasing. I don't really care what you do on your stream. Did I mention that I'm still really disappointed that multi-corn colored popcorn doesn't stay multicolored?
You have mentioned that you're really disappointed that multicolored popcorn doesn't stay multicolored when it pops.
Because I keep looking at it over my shoulder and thinking about what a disappointment it was.
Yeah, the problem with skulls is perspective. It's like, then it'll come, so like this is where its jaw would be. Nah. That's almost right. I think it might work. Might be able to fudge it. And then it'll have just like eye socket there.
No.
Oops. Mm-hmm.
We really do need an office space. Because I need 2 monitors.
Actually, that's going to go like right there. And then I'll just have to put it behind the eye. Yeah, there you go. That actually doesn't look too bad.
Hey, that actually looks pretty good.
Okay, what are some other bones that I could draw? I know how to draw bones. Spinal columns would be too complicated. Plus, it's kind of incorporated into the rib cage anyway. How about a hip bone? Hip bones are easy. You just make sort of like a butterfly-looking thing. With a hole in it. Or a couple holes. Actually, more like that. No, it wasn't. It was the other way. Let's just sort of flatten that out. And then just some good old long bones. Oops. And then maybe a little bit more just sort of sticking out of the ground. Just cheat and copy this. A bit smaller. Funny, that's a human hip bone that I drew in a pony animation. Maybe like a shouldery blade sort of looking thing.
What was that song that you were playing last night?
Which song?
The one in a language I did not recognize.
There were at least 2 of those.
It sounded like the Pinkie Pie song.
Oh, that was the Pinkie Pie song. That was
Oh.
It was just in Russian.
Oh, well, I have it stuck in my head now.
What does a shoulder blade even look like? Yeah, they're just some big ol'... Okay, it should have like a little bit sticking off the end, but otherwise it's basically just that. That'll do. that's sort of half buried as well. Yeah, what was that song called?
I don't know, but I like it.
I can never remember the actual name of this song. Pinky's Brew, I think? Yeah, it's Pinky's Brew, and it's the Russian gypsy jazz version. That is a lovely song. More mustache dirt. What have you done?
Messing everything up is fine.
Hush, computer. You're messing up the stream quality. Oh, right, I can't even bloody see it. Let me just see what this looks like rendered out. Alright, I think that looks sufficiently like a bone field. I'm just going to need to add a little bit more here. Which one is lasso mode? That's lasso mode. Of course, I didn't actually select anything because I was holding Alt. A little bit. Oh shit, I made it noisy. Too noisy. There we go. And then we'll just paste that in there. Make that just a slightly different color to this. There. Okay, so now let's add in some parasprites buzzing around this. Give me a good chance to show those guys off. Actually, what I should do is actually add this guy to my library, and then I can just import them a lot easier.
All the bones.
No, the whole character. So I can take that, I can take any character, or actually I can take anything, literally, that I make in Moho. I can just add it straight into the library that I can then import assets from the library into other files.
I really don't like that thing, by the way.
Well, you don't have to look at it.
It's creepy.
It's supposed to be creepy. It's a mutated bug that eats people.
Is it gonna be really like big, like the
No, they're gonna be small.
Okay.
They're gonna be like swarm things.
Oh, like those swarm of flies.
Yeah. Let's see. So I want to put it... Do I want to put this in characters or do I want to put this in props? And then, do I want to put it in this one? Yeah, okay. Where would I look for it if I forgot where I put it? Well, I would look for both characters or props, so it probably doesn't matter. I'm gonna put it in props. No, props are more object-y things. I'll put it in characters. So let me just make a new folder here. I'm just gonna call it NPCs. I put it in the wrong thing. Alright, so then this guy is now in that folder. I don't know if there's an easy way to recolor things like this, because I'm going to need to make a bunch of these guys, and I'm going to need to make them in a number of different colors. There probably isn't. But that should be okay. So I'm just going to make a group here.
What the? Oh,
Oh wait. I'm just going to move the group down to here. And I'm going to make this guy about this big. So now I think I want to do like a little idle animation for this thing that I can then copy over to everyone else. So I probably want him to like fly, just fly a certain path and then like stop and then like turn around and come back.
Do you have to set the path for every individual one?
So the reason I'm gonna do this little animation on this first one is that I'm then just gonna copy the whole character, and then if you copy a character, it copies all of their animation with it. So yeah. Well, if you copy any layer, it just like so the character's in a bone layer. So if I copy a bone layer that has animation in it, it'll just all of the copies are gonna have the same animation.
So they'll swarm together and you won't have to individually set it.
Right. I'll be able to go in and tweak the individual ones to make them look a little bit more varied. But I shouldn't have to actually individually make every single one from scratch. I might also want to make this bone field a little bit bigger. Actually, just to make this a little bit simpler, we'll put the bones right in the middle of the layer. Then we'll just move the layer down there, make them bigger, and it'll go there. Perfect. This guy's not in there. Oh wait. Weird. Okay, so this guy. So we'll have him so if I set him here at front, that was wrong. Insert a copy. and not that one. Insert this copy, and then about right here, insert this one. And then, of course, none of the layer ordering helps. So yeah, I don't like that. So let's just do this by hand. Whoops. Put this back on frame 1. I can probably give him like a little, like, moving his teeth and these things a little bit. Just as a little idle. Well, actually, let me just those. So if I want to do a little cycle here, I just want this frame, or yeah, to be the same as that one. Cycle that back to 1. That'll do just fine. Okay, let's get the legs going the way they should be. How do flies' legs move just in general? They sort of flick around.
Okay, there's currently a break in the snow. I'm gonna go get leggings and food.
Okie doke.
Did you want anything in particular for food?
Whereabouts are you going?
I'm going to the mall.
Well, Chipotle is always good.
Hoping the Salads Up is opened.
That'd be fine too.
I like salads. Do you want me just to call you when I get there?
Sure. Actually, I'm going to change that a little bit.
Yeah, the big stuff is about to come in like half an hour.
I'll sort of jitter it here. Whoops. Yep. And we're just gonna have these guys sort of like twitchy legs.
Did you say you're having their teeth move too?
His mandibles are just sort of.
Nightmare fuel.
Well, yeah, they're not cool things. Should read the fan fiction and.
No, thank you.
I think they eat people from the inside out.
Lovely. Why do you have to say such things to me? I hate bugs.
Yeah, I'll have each one go separately. And then I should actually maybe put some bone dynamics on here. Yeah, I'm gonna put some bone dynamics on this. So just to test this, I'm gonna. Okay, so yeah, neat thing that you can do in this software is select those bones, go up here, turn on bone dynamics. So if I turn that on, so see how they sort of like bounce around? I've got some physics on them now. So torque force is fine. Spring force I'm going to bring down to like 0.5. Dampening force 1. Let's see what that does. That's too much. Alright, see you in a bit. Drive safely, please.
Nope, I'm gonna drive reckless.
I mean, that's a bad idea in a blizzard.
That is kind of. I mean, it's not blizzarding right now, though.
The roads are still going to be bad.
But no, I will call you to see what you want me.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, bye.
Yeah, I want these to be a little bit more drifty. Let's make that 0.5. Spring force even less than that. 0.1. That's interesting. So if you actually, so I have this bone. I swapped its I swapped one of its axes, actually, let me just... Yeah, let me just do this instead. Oh, geez. What happened there? Yeah, there we go. Alright, I think that is sufficiently drifty. So its legs will just sort of drag behind it. So I like that. Okay, so then each of its legs should have a little twitchy idle. So we're just gonna have this one like sort of pop up and down, I think. Actually, I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it like this. And actually, I want to take that off. Oops. Make sure you got everything selected. That's somebody walking around outside. One more. Oh, it's Teddy. Welcome back. How was your snowy excursion?
I get yelled at by an angry lady
You got yelled at by an angry lady?
in the parking lot.
Why did you get yelled at by an angry lady?
I was walking up the, through the parking lot towards the store, and she had just turned on her reverse lights.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, well, I'm going to keep going. Don't hit me, please. And all of a sudden, she, rolls down her window and starts screaming, man, I'm trying to back out of my parking spot, but some assholes keep walking behind me, motherfucker. She didn't, point her words at me, but I'm literally the only one around. I'm like, you started backing up as I was behind you. Don't... So I just ignored her. It was it kept going for 2 minutes. But I was still hearing it as I was walking into the store.
That's funny. I did this wrong. Okay, so then that one's... Oh, wait. Alright, just leave that like that. And then select these guys and make sure it's this. There. So now only those bones are going to do it. Actually, I think it would have been fine the other way, but that's safer. So these ones are going to turn to like splay out and like sort of spaz this way. And don't do it in this frame, silly. Coming from frame 0, the dynamic physics bones always spaz out a little bit. And then that one I'm gonna have that one go just a little bit more often. Oh, damn it. Fuck's sake. There we go. Ding. So we'll cycle that one back to 1. Okay, so then how does that look? Alright, so they've got little... little twitchy legs. Perfect. So this one, I'm going to have it go twitch one direction and then twitch another. Oops. Hey. There we go. Oh, damn it. Fuck's sake. Stop that. I'll just wait for a minute. Stop spazzing out. That's too much. Oh, did I just overwrite one of my other cycles? I did not. Good. Then we'll get that up to like right here. And cycle this one back from here. And you know what? For this last one, I'm going to be lazy. So yeah, I'm gonna select that, copy that, put the same ones right in here. Maybe. Come on. Or not. Where are you? Come on. Copy. Paste. Okay, that won't work. Never mind. Weird, because those bones are very similar. Should have worked. Stop it. This one I'm just gonna like cycle from here. Still lazy. Nice, creepy, twitchy legs. What program is this? This is called Moho 12. It is formerly known as Anime Studio. They basically just changed the name. They were originally Moho, as I understand it, and then they changed their name to Anime Studio for a lot of their versions. And then when they upgraded to version 12, they changed it back to Moho. It's a really nice little animation program. It doesn't, so it's not really like a traditional animation program. So for stuff like that, you would want like Flash or Toon Boom, but it's a really interesting sort of mix between like 2D and 3D philosophies. So you have like the 2D drawing and everything, and you have to do 2D animation as far as how the characters move. But they also have all of these bones that are pretty much integral to the entire process. So you just sort of use them in a way to mimic 2D animation. I mean, like mimic. It is 2D animation. But it does take a bit of the 3D philosophy just in how you actually control the characters. So instead of like going from drawing to drawing for your keyframes, you go from pose to pose, and you're not really drawing each pose. You're actually posing them like you would a 3D character. And it's not terribly expensive. So all of the normal like traditional animation softwares tend to be like a subscription style. Like Flash is definitely a subscription style, and so is Toon Boom. It gets up there. I think I paid like $250 for this one. It might be a little bit more to go straight for the latest version, because I upgraded from 11 to 12, but you can actually get a debut version instead of a pro version to start, and it has a lot of the same features. There's not a whole lot of different, like there's some differences, like there's a few layer functions you don't have, there's a few advanced bone functions you don't have, and there's a list of all of the features between the differences between the debut and pro versions. But earlier versions are cheaper and they're readily available. The debut version, if you want just a trial, is very affordable. And then then you can decide if you want to upgrade to the primary version. They do upgrades at a discount, so if you get the debut version, then you want to upgrade, you get a discount off of it. So I definitely recommend it as more of like a hobby sort of. Well, honestly, I recommend it for anyone who doesn't do, who isn't like really intimately comfortable with traditional animation, going from drawing to drawing, because you don't do a whole lot of drawing in this one. In fact, there's even by default the drawing is actually disabled on every frame except for frame 0. So yeah, you're not really supposed to like draw a new picture for each of your keyframes, and then it doesn't really do tweening the way that like Flash would do. You wouldn't draw a new one and then tween between them. You would just do a new pose, and then it would interpolate from there. So yeah, it's a pretty good software. I like it a lot. And then to actually like you can look it up on Google if you want to like learn more about it. The company that makes it is called Smith Micro, but you can just search Anime Studio or Moho and you'll find it. So what I want to do now is And I want these wings to be going. So yeah, I think this is one of the features that you wouldn't get in debut is these actions. So actions are basically a saved animation. So I made this like flappy animation there for its wings to start flapping. And then I actually keyed that into this bone right here. And then for this one, I'm just moving that bone. So like if I actually go here, and like you can sort of, it's hiding behind this bone, but this bone right here is named Flappy. And if I start moving that bone around, he'll start moving his wings. So I got a whole flap cycle, like one flap cycle in this one, and then sort of like an anticipation of the flap. So it comes up to here, and then it starts flapping there. And then I just put that, and then cycled it in this action. So let's delete that for now. So that I can take this action, go insert copy. It'll insert a copy right into my timeline. So he'll come up, and then he'll just start flapping, and then it'll be on a cycle. And then I can actually just get rid of these because I don't need it. Put it back to right here. So then he'll have his wings will be going from the start. And that looks a little bit better once it's actually rendered out. It's a little bit tricky for the software to actually just render that in real time. Once it actually like takes the time to actually do a true render instead of just this preview, it looks better. Now I think I want to go up to here. Oh, and I should turn his sound on. So I have a little sound file. That's actually, this is a sound file from Fallout 4. Just a bloatfly sound. You won't be able to hear it because I have the OBS is not listening to the computer output or audio output. Because I just wanted to keep tabs on the audio of my stream, and that means I can't have OBS listening to it, otherwise it would... What is that buzzing? Huh. That's an irritating little like buzz that keeps happening. Why is that happening? Okay, I haven't... Oh. So I'm not doing anything and it's not doing it. Does it just go every time I talk? Is there something wrong with my microphone? Huh, weird. Okay, so out to here, so I can have him like this, and then I'm just going to give him like a nice little woogly, wavy. Oopsie. Just a little bit of motion here. Let's make that a little bit longer, up to like 2 seconds maybe. Yeah, that's good. And then make those smooth. So that just smooths out the motion a little bit. I like that. And then we're gonna go cycle. And we're actually gonna cycle it back to 2 so that it doesn't jitter or pause. There we go. Alright, that looks pretty good. Actually, I'm not really wild about that wing position. I want that to be up a little bit higher. How about there? Yeah, that'll do. Alright, so save that. And then we can give him some layer motion. So he's going to start here. And then actually these should all be smooth as well. I'll just change this to smooth. So over the course of about 3 seconds, let's have him come down here. Oh wow, that wrecks the legs. Okay, let's put in some... Yeah, I can put in a quick constraint. Actually, what I mostly want to do is just turn those dynamics down a little bit. So let's make that 0.1. Spring force 0. No spring force. Maybe even turn dampening up a little bit. 1.5. So then if he comes, no, it still just like flings those legs around. That is not what I want. Dampening 2. Nope. Dampening 3. That's very strange. It almost looks like the roommate is cooking. I'm gonna have to turn down the turn up one of my filters here. Okay, how's that? That is better. Okay, good. Alright, back to this leg problem. Actually, it almost looks like that's an animation. What the hell? I mean, there's no animation in these bones. Actually, let's just do... Nope, I want to keep that. Okay, so what happens if I just turn the torque force all the way down to 0? Does it still do that? Nope, it does not do that. Alright, so I just need a really low torque force. How about 0.03? There we go. Let's actually turn the dampening back down to 1. Oh, and it's not coming back because my spring force is 0. Let's point that 0.05. Let's try that. Ah, okay, there we go. Alright, that looks pretty good. Okay. Also, I should make his noise a little bit further away. And it does have positional, right? Spatial positioning, good. Alright, so then all I should have to do is move it. I didn't actually change anything. So I'll just make it quieter, I guess. Let's make it like 0.1. Very quiet. Yeah, that'll do. I can still hear that in the background. Let me just turn my noise suppression up a little bit. Alright, test that a little bit with my voice. I think that sounds good. Okay. So once he gets over here, let's have him stop. Actually, maybe not even have him stop. Also, like right about here, let's give him a little bit of curve to that. Yeah, we'll have him stop. He'll stop there for a second. Like half a second. I also need to make this longer. And then have him come back. A bit faster than that. Right in the middle here, we'll have him go like this. There. And then I think I'm just gonna cheat a little bit. So when he's down here, he'll be there. So I'll give him a little anticipation and then just flip the entire layer. make that, that, that. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all, because that wrecks everything. Alright, where is... Okay, so he starts moving here. So right about here... Let's just put... Well, right here is going to flip. So all I need is between, like, right here to here. He just needs to do something that indicates he's turning. So for the wings, we just need to move these guys a little bit. So just gonna go maybe a little bit longer. Yeah, that looks okay. Then here, we just want to go, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. That, mouthpiece, mouthpiece. So I'm just adding in frames down here for all of these so that they don't move. Why is this here? What is that? So then we're going to move these, no, move that over here, that down a little, actually this down a little bit, so it goes zoop. And then his eyes. That's good enough. There's going to be a swarm of these guys, so you're not going to be paying too much attention to any of the individual animation. Just do a little bit of, little something for the legs, I think. So yeah, I've already got those selected. We'll just do, oops, angle, position. So these guys just need to come this way, and these guys need to come this way. Good. this guy's whole cycle here. Let's see. So now I just have to decide if I want that whole thing to be a cycle. I think I probably do. Well, maybe. Yeah, I guess I probably do. Alright, it comes back. And this one I'm just going to be even more lazy. Well, actually, I shouldn't have to be that lazy, because he's facing that way, so I can just use the same things here. Yeah. Why is it like that? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so I've got all of those. Actually, right here, he flips. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, and then I can just cycle these. Alright, so make sure that's there. Hold on a second, I'm getting work texts. It's a snow day, guys. I'm not coming in. I can still hear it in the background. Like every time I like turn up the noise suppression, it knocks it down a little bit, but then it always comes back. Okay, I think I got it. No, I don't. Okay. Ow. How about now? Yeah, what's happening is my noise gate is just set so that the close threshold I think was a little too high, so I'm just knocking that down a little bit. So now it'll close when it's louder. So that should be fine. Okay, there we go. Oh, bother. Someone wants me to go into the lab. Can't exactly do that. Oh, and now Amy's calling me. Hello. Hello. Ooh. Oh no, did her phone die? Okay, well. I'll just keep working. Hey, I did manage to call you finally. Okay, what's up? Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. Bye. Sounds like the trip to the mall yielded poor results. Oh, hey, that's not cycling. The sound needs to cycle. Okay. Back to this. Now this needs to cycle. Okay. So now I've got the nice. He'll go back and forth forever. Mesmerizing. Perfect. Okay, so that can stay. Oh, wait, that's what I forgot. So that'll go back and forth forever. But his little anticipation, good lord, his little anticipatory movements will not. I'm not sure I care about that, so we'll just leave it. Like, maybe I'll, like, focus on that for a second, but this will be fine. Alright, so go ahead and save that. We have one Paris Sprite, all nice and animated. So now we start making more. This is Paris Sprite 2. And then we turn on relative keyframing. And then we select these guys and say move him. It's not doing it. Oh, yes it is. Good. So now he'll go over that way. Here. Not sure why it's doing that, but whatever. So actually, have him like come around here. Why did that not work? I'm like sort of forming around the bottom a little bit. Oh, I know why that's happening. If I move him I just move like one thing. Okay, so now what I need to do is unselect those. Then here, put him like right there. Yeah. There. Here we got that one. That should work. Okay. Then I'm just gonna make this all a little traveling a shorter distance. And it'll get him off sync with the other one. Yeah, nice. Okay. And we are going to make him a different color. A neat little tool for that. Take this. Copy there. Copy there. Change him to, I don't know, some yucky orange color. Swap. I didn't do it right. Now swap. Come on. Not letting it be different. You know what? Fine. Then go here, then go swap. Is it the other way around? Did this one? And oh, I see. It's just that those were wrong. That's irritating. Why isn't it changing? There we go. Alright, that's a little bit annoying, but wait, why is it like... Is that a problem with my other one? It is. So here the teeth are supposed to be behind the sort of lip area, but they were in front of it. So I fixed that now. that's his color. Then his eyes. Let's make them some like sickly green color. Okay. Some mandibles. Yeah, sort of like another, like a darker orange. Okay. Really should learn how to use styles. Do-do-do. If I can, yeah, let's see if I can do. I don't think that's quite what I want. Well, maybe. So if I just select the whole. What exactly does this do? And if I go over to this guy. Nothing. Confusing. Yeah, like, where do I actually put this in? Huh. I'll learn about that later. For now. Oh, I should offset one of their sounds as well. So your sound. Go here. Okay. Okie doke. Another one. I'm gonna put you. Oops. Have yours like over here somewhere. That one I think a little longer. Out of sync. He stays off camera too long. My brother is asking me if I want to help out with a horror Dungeons and Dragons thing. Maybe. What happens if I like flip the whole thing? I kind of want. Nope. Out of curiosity, does that actually just flip, or does it set it to a? Yeah, it just sets it. Okay, so we are going to. We're going to change his direction. So he's flying the other direction as the others. Oh. I should just remove that little anticipation from all of these guys. It's not working the way I want it to. What is that little buzzing noise? It might be something to do with my sound file that's on here, but I'm not sure. It shouldn't show up in the stream. There. So now at least that won't mess up. Okay, so now all I have to do is make him go the other direction. Let's actually should just delete these for now. Here. And come back. Actually, yeah, you can just be flying. Flying in a circle. I want that to actually be a little bit faster. Oops. Alright, and now let's just give him something in between. Actually, he should be behind. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so now he passes behind that guy. That's fine. Alright, change his color. Actually, one thing I can do. What just happened? Oh, there's another Parasprite right in the same spot as him. There we go. Let's teeth. Actually, just don't show that for a second. And these are all the same, right? Annoyingly, that is not. Anyway, copy this. Paste it in here. Now those are the same. Copy here. Get here as well. So let's make him reddish one. This is not working. I know the body is like that. Huh. Oh, I'm hitting swap. I'm supposed to be hitting replace. So this again, get the right color again, that the right color again, and then hit replace. There we go. It even changed that one. Sweet. Very nice. So now we can just change these. Let's give this one like blue eyes. Yeah, some like darky blue eyes. And the mandibles, pinkish color. All right, and that's the third one. Where did? Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's weird that they're in the same spot at frame 0. Doesn't matter though. Okay. Oops. Don't touch the microphone. Okay, then we'll take this one's sound as well. Sync just a bit. Now I need another one. I wonder how many of these I'm gonna Okay, let's see. So I could actually just make a bunch of these ones going in. Yeah, I'm gonna make one more, try to get it doing an actual circle. Then I'll copy it a few times. Keyframing. Okay, and that. What does this do? Oh, you can align them. Neat. Oops. There. Okay. Actually, for just a second, I'm going to. Well, nah, I won't do that. I was gonna say I was gonna turn the audio on so you guys could hear the sound these things are making because it's kind of cool. There are many ways that could go wrong and cause like an unending echo, so I'm not gonna do that. At least not right now. I'll figure out a way to do it later. So that's fine. Let's change the color. Weird that they're all showing up in the same place at frame 0. I think maybe, yeah, I think I know why that's happening. It's just because I don't have that. I don't have frame 0 selected when I move them around. But it shouldn't matter because this one's in front right now. Copy there. Okay. So let's make a greenish one, I think. Wait, do I already have a green one? I have like an orange one. And it's eye color. Change that. Yeah, brown. Actually, that works really well right there. Green. That down into green. Okay. I think we need like a red one. So and I also need to change this around. Have his circle up here somewhere. The layering is going to be a little bit tricky on this one. I think I want him probably down behind this first one here. Actually, he's farther away, so he's going to be behind everyone. It won't be too noticeable, all of the well, not errors, but just slight incongruities in the layering of these guys. Incongruities? Is it incongruities or incongruencies? Incontinuities? Discontinuities? Meh. Just a bit slower. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Change his colors. Where is he? There he is. Making an actually red one. Oops. Replace. It's more of a rust color, but that'll do. What goes good with red? Maybe like a pinkish color? Yeah, I like that. Red. Red. Yeah, I like that. Cool. That's one more. We got a decent swarm going here. Then just desync. Oops. Desync this guy. There you go. There we go. This actually sounds a lot like when you run up on a group of bugs in Fallout 4. Yeah, let's give one more, that like a big one. Actually, let's make a few of, just a couple of them going in a circle in the other direction. But I'm not sure I'm gonna actually start redoing all of the colors anymore. I'll just copy this guy. Be circling like right here. Oops. Have him down a little bit. Harder to tell. Maybe I'll just change his eye color or something, I don't know. There. And here. Back to here. Okay, so it goes up, turns around, back, turns around again. Oh. There we go. Okay, that looks pretty good. Thank you.
Welcome.
Alright, well, my food has arrived, so probably going to take a bit of a lunch break here, I think. So yeah, that I think will do it for now. I might come back on later, or I might have to go into work. We'll see.
Going to work?